Welcome back to our new and most exciting and lovable lecture in this courses, which is generative AI section. Now, as you know that the generative AI wave is skyrocketed nowadays, and lots of tools are coming out like Chat GPTs and Stable Diffusion and like Mid Journey. So they empower the generative AI tools or generative AI empowerment because nowadays the boom of AI come due to this generative AI. For example, the first product that ignite the boom of this AI era is ChatGPTs, which is also generative AI. So that's why generative AI is everywhere nowadays. You know about generative AI, you generally have more knowledge than a decent and normal data scientist. So generative AI is generally a cherry on the cake. So that's why we created this generative AI section where we learn about what is generative AI and how this generative AI works. Generally, generative AI have four types of most used algorithms, which is GANs, Generative Adversarial Network, Autoencoder, VAE, Variational Autoencoder, and Diffusion Model. Now, in this course, we cover this VAE in depth, means we create a project with the help of VAE, and this GANs, autoencoder, and diffusion model, we only learn summary about it because this diffusion model is generally very advanced topic, and to tackle this you need to learn about this, what is VAE, what is latent space, etc. So that's why we only covering this variational autoencoder project, because if you learn about this variational autoencoder, you generally get a lot of information to tackle this diffusion model and GANs networks. But we in this introduction section we look both of these GANs and diffusion model and learns basic about it, so don't worry about that. But in depth we only covering this variational autoencoder. Now, as you know that currently there is in image task, there is two type of most famous or two most famous service out there, which is OpenAI DALI 2 and Midjourney. So they both generate images according to our text. The text we feed it to our model or AI. So how exciting it is if we can also make something like that. So in VAE, we make a small version of this DALI or this image generation things in our collab. So get ready for this also. So we have as I explained that we cover this GANs, autoencoder, VAE, diffusion model, and in depth we cover this VAE. So what is VAE in basically what is VAE? So what we do is we compress our input image or the data we are feeding to our model, and we compress to the small vector in this bottleneck layer, and with the help of this bottleneck layer this reconstructed this image. So as you can see that first we compress our image of 4, a simple MNIST data set sample 4, and we compress to a very small dimension vector. So as you can see that n compressed low dimensional representation of input. So this vector only contain most important features of this image. So with the help of this vector we can reconstruct our image. So how easy or how cool is that? So you can reconstruct a fully new image of high dimensional with the help of this low dimensional data. So that is the core of autoencoders and variational autoencoder. So we learn about this in the next section, from basic to advanced, all the concepts of variational autoencoding, and also generate some of the faces or some of the things in upcoming section. Next we have a diffusion model. Now this is the most advanced model out there, where what we do is we generally add noise or random garbage values or garbage noise to our images, and what diffusion model do is it's try to remove the noise. So we train our diffusion model to remove the noise. So if we in inference mode, if we give a this type of image, this garbage image or this noisy image, now our diffusion model is trained to remove the noise from the image. So with the help of our trained diffusion model, it's remove the noise from our noisy image and generate a new image that are not part of the data set. So that's the use case of diffusion model. That's why the stable diffusion model out there is very popular. Now we have another type of model which is GANs. In GANs, we have two type of network, a generator and a discriminator. So with the help of this random noise, we pass this random noise to our generator, and our generator reconstruct our image as I explained to you. And what we do is we feed our original data and our reconstructed data to our discriminator. Now the role of discriminator is to classify between original data and fake data. So if the discriminator start classifying our fake data or generated data as real, so our generator generally performing very well to mimic the data. But if this discriminator classify this fake image as fake, so our generator is not performing well. So what now what happen is, the core principle and the core work of this generator is to trying to pass the discriminator test, so it can classify this generated image as real. So we train this generator and this discriminator simultaneously. So we generate this image with the help of the generator, and we pass our both real and generated image, and the role of the discriminator is to classify between the real and fake. So every time this discriminator classify this training this or actual or original data as real, but when our discriminator start classifying these fake images or generated images as real also, so our generator wins and we get our fine-tuned and best model. So that's a GANs where we have two network. Generator try to generate images and discriminator to discriminate between actual and fake images or generated images. So that's the most used generative AI algorithms in image. We are only covering this image part because there is a lot of generative AI environment or possibilities like audio. We can also generate audio. We can also generate new chemical formula, chemistries. We can also generate like DNA of human beings. So you can assume that how powerful it is generative AI, that it can generate new DNA, new chemical compositions that are unable to that peoples are or scientists are unable to generate. And this diffusion model is backed by deep learning, now one of the most advanced and powerful technology right now. So that's why in this section you are gaining a power to create a model that can generate something. So this section is going to be very interesting. So okay, then this is the introduction of this generative AI section or generative AI lectures, what we are going to do. And I hope you are very excited to create some generative AI model with me. So meet you in the next lecture. Until then, bye bye and enjoy generative AI.